I'll remember to share the screen, and then we can have a Q&A as well. I've got a lady in Pakistan, but it's always midnight her time, so she can never join us. Okay, so just want to sort of pose this question to you. Which one do you think is the more important, sales or marketing?
Marketing, I would say.
Okay, what do you say, Chris?
To me, I'd say sales, but I'm guessing the right answer is marketing.
Okay, so when you first start your business, do you think you should start marketing or selling when you first start out online?
I'd say selling, but I think the answer is going to be marketing.
Sales is more important. Sales is more important than marketing.
Yeah, so Sarah's a business coach. She helps create courses and market online. So the answer is, like, when we start off online, marketing has got its place and it's really good. We need to do it. But the most important thing is sales, because quite often people can just assume you're out there giving free content. Marketing's all about bringing people into your fold, chucking them in your funnel, educating people, that know, like and trust, and marketing on different platforms. But when we first start out, we need cash flow in our businesses. So if we don't put what we call power offers out there on occasions at the start, we don't do it all the time because people think you're just kind of looking for sales every day of the week, which then appears desperate. But we need sales as the focus. And as we scale and as we grow, we can then spend more time on marketing. We can sort of take a little bit of a step back. But at the start, sales has the most important part to play until you've got cash flow in the door. So it is actually the most important thing for a new business, especially in online coaches. So I want to cover, because when we're going to put our emails out, our posts online, our blog posts, everything online really, and in messaging, we've got to look at who we help, how we help them, and what result we get. And I know I keep banging on about this, but it's so crucial online that we're not vague, we're not wishy-washy. We have to be really exact. We're not a Tony Robbins, we're not gurus, we're just normal people attracting clients online. So I'm going to sort of start with what we call a refined marketing statement. This actually comes from Dan Henry. Now, Dan Henry's been one of my coaches in the past. I've had lots of coaches, lots. I wouldn't like even to say how much I've spent on coaching throughout the 20 years I've been an entrepreneur, but Dan Henry's one of them. And he has come up, I don't take credit for this, but he has come up with what we call a refined marketing statement. And a lot of marketers are adopting his approach. And it's not just him. I'm just going to, here we go. It's not just him. There's others like Sam Evans. The big marketers all have these refined marketing statements. So I know I've talked about it in the course, but I just want to go over to make it really clear. So basically, when in your niche, and I've done an example for each one of you guys. Actually, I haven't included Anina. She's a relationship coach. But I've done an example for each of you because I feel that if you get this right at the start, it will save a lot of going into the wrong groups, attracting the wrong client, attracting the wrong friends. And it will save a lot of grief along the way. So ask anything, interrupt me though. You're all unmuted. I think you are, aren't you? I think you're all, are you all unmuted? I think Sarah's muted, but can you hear me?
I'm muting myself.
Yeah, just interrupt me if you need to. So what we're going to do is I help this person get that result without doing that by our new way. Okay, and it sounds a bit of a mouthful, but this really is just for ourselves. So this is we don't need to go and tell the world about this. It's to get ourselves clear on what we do. Ourselves, right. I'm rubbish at typing when I'm trying to, yeah, I've got there anyway. I spelt it right, that's a bonus. So if you look at something I do, I could say that my marketing statement is, you have to really think clearly about this. It really makes you think who you're actually trying to help. So mine could be, I help coaches book 5 to 7 discovery calls per week. I don't tend to deal with coaches who are already making 6 figures. Okay, I tend to deal with beginner coaches who already got some clients, they want to go online, or they've got clients, but they're not quite getting like 5 to 7 discovery calls a week. So I help coaches book 5 to 7 discovery calls a week without posting relentlessly on social media or having a ton of engagement. So that's my without. Okay, and I'm going to come on to yours to make it interesting. We don't need to go bleary-eyed. Right, so without posting relentlessly on social media, because with my system, we're not trying to post different content every single day on every single different platform. That's meaningless. I think that's absolutely meaningless. So you don't have to do that, and you don't have to post every day. Without posting relentlessly or having a ton of engagement, by developing their own slick and quick organic attraction system. Now, I do use ads, but people don't really go into my ads program until they've grown with me and they're ready for ads. So that's not the message. I want to sort of say I use ads, but I'm not going to use it in my marketing statement. Okay, so just say for Seamus, for instance, Seamus is a grief recovery coach. So I did kind of knock this up today, literally just before I went to the hairdressers, because I knew I wouldn't have time when I got back. So Seamus could say something like, I help people heal from their grief after losing parents without feeling that everything, place and event is a trigger of unbearable heartache. So it's without. So I looked through to Seamus's, that sheet I gave you at the very beginning. I looked through and I tried to delve through everything that he put down. And the thing that was coming out at me again and again on your marketing blueprint, the bullseye marketing blueprint, was that people can't go anywhere without breaking down. They can't live without the whole life. Everything just triggers them into a spiral of emotional heartache. So we may be able to better this. We can always better this, but what we're trying to do is try and get it clear to us who we're trying to help with our own marketing statement. Now, I think Seamus is quite straightforward. I think mine's a bit harder because I do ads, I do organic, I help different types of people. But Seamus has been really good that he's actually niched down to somebody losing parents. And your group's all about that, isn't it now, Seamus? So it's not to say he's not going to attract other people. He's not going to attract like somebody who's lost a son or a daughter or a wife or a husband. It's just a way of niching down, because if we get this right in our heads, we'll know how to go online and how we're going to come on then to create the power offer. So that could be a statement from Seamus. He could better it, okay? But it's really a matter of thinking who you're actually helping and what result you're going to get them. Now, this lady here, she was a client of mine. I was running her ads for a little while. And basically, she is a coach who helps children of either challenging children or children with, sort of mental health problems. So her statement is, I help mums of challenging kids gain the confidence to take control of the chaos without negative discipline by reframing with playful parenting solutions. So she doesn't believe in scolding the children and telling them they shouldn't do that and they shouldn't do that, and you're grounded. Hers is more playful, so she's got a lot of good results. So I'm just going to go through these and then we'll sort of stop for a little break. You're probably wondering why are we actually doing this. So yours Chris, could be now I am a little bit, this is where we need to focus with you, but yours could be, I help busy midlife males get rid of belly fat, regain their physique and drive without going to the gym or cutting out family-friendly foods, because that's what we said in our very first meeting. Now that is the question marks. We're going through that program of yours, aren't we? But can you see that it really, and I keep coming back to males because I keep coming across male health groups. I keep coming across them. It's really weird. It's almost like, what do they call it? RAS. You'll know about this, Seamus. The NLP thing. Where you keep seeing something all the time. Is that right? Articulating something.
Oh yeah. The reticular activating system, where you keep picking up, bring something into your awareness, and then your mind just keeps picking it up everywhere you go.
That's it. Yeah. So I keep coming across all these male health groups all of a sudden, which is really weird. And I've got some for you actually, but I'm not saying you should go that road, but I feel yours probably needs to be niched down a little bit more. So then we come on to Sarah. Now, I just spoke to Sarah today, I'm not saying this is 100% correct, it's only an example. But we were talking today that her clients sometimes don't want to do all the coaching before. They don't want to do one-to-ones. They want to just go straight on to do the online course. And we discussed the downside of doing that. But there is the way of suddenly creating all your online courses. You could actually just do a month or 2 months, getting people on the phone for free, talking through, getting to know your niche. Because when we reach our, okay, let's do this example. I've been to the Himalayas 3 times, and I've gone at trekked 21 days, got to 5,000 meters. Okay, so when I got to the top of the summit, you forget what it's like at the bottom. You've forgotten how you feel. So when we're on our journeys, whether it's losing weight or whether you've stopped drinking or whether you're now a millionaire, and you've forgotten what it's like to be at the beginning. So I said to Sarah today that the only way that these people of her niche can suddenly go on to do online courses is if they don't want to do the coaching, they could maybe get on the phone with like 50 or 30 or 50 people in their niche and ask them questions, see how they feel, what their main concerns, what are their issues, because all that's going to really help with their language. He understands how they're feeling because you forget. So this is just an example of Sarah's niche. I help experts in their field start selling their courses online without having to start with one-to-one coaching, by building their own slick client attraction Facebook groups, with Facebook groups. So can you see where I'm going with this? Can you see it really makes you focus in on who we're trying to actually target and what result we're trying to get them? You're probably wondering why I'm doing it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there any questions on that? No?
Looks really good. Yeah, I think it's really powerful.
I must have explained it really well then. Okay, so what we're going to do is come on to the short form power offer. So when we're online, we don't want to keep putting marketing out there all the time. So I see so many marketers put these sort of vague comments, vague statements, hoping that somebody's going to get what they do. They just don't. And it's like, then you come away sort of crying your pillow that nobody's really got what you do, nobody understood. But we're all busy online. And if you're going to put sort of vague comments out and hope it's going to stick somewhere, and it's just not going to work. So it could be messengers, it could be emails, it could be on blog, your posts on Facebook within your group. You need to make these offers now and again. Okay, so you'll notice in some of my emails that you may not have got them yet, I don't know, but you call out who it is you're dealing with. So this is where I need to be knowing who I'm helping. Okay, so you call out who you're helping, and I could even make it as specific as life coaches. Okay, let's just put life coaches. Call out your audience. So in one messaging statement, I could just be calling out life coaches. Attention life coaches. If I offer to help build, this is an offer now, okay, because it's going to do 2 things. If I offer to help build with you a simple converting organic strategy that enables you to book 5 to 7 discovery calls a week and enables you to close 2 or 3 a week into sales without posting masses of fresh content on social media and having a ton of engagement on your post, would you take me up on that offer? So you're making a direct offer to your audience. Okay, now I'll tell you what it does in a minute, but then you have a bit of a humble brag. I built my own 2 coaching businesses. I started mine back in 2002 in the photography coaching niche. I was doing the sales and marketing and teaching photographers, wedding photographers, how to build a business. I built my own 2 coaching businesses to high 6 figures, and some of my clients to 7 figures in my lead agency. Been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, and now I help coaches build a real business online. Are you next? Okay, so we're making a really powerful statement, and they can either say yes or no. Okay, drop a yes and I'll drop you a case study. Okay, so, or drop yes and I'll reach out to you. So what it does, it does several things. The first thing it does is people know you make offers, because we can all be online posting random shit and hoping it's going to stick. And everybody you get known for that, especially in your groups. You get known for just keep putting content out there. And I made that mistake, I must admit, in my group at the start, which everybody seems to. You get known for just giving content out. But you have to start making offers quite early on in your business, because one, you're testing your market. Is it what they actually want? Like, I'll put some things out and it just won't resonate. And I think, okay, it's not what they want. It's not what they want. These could be different offers for different things. You're going to test the angles. You know, I could say, life coaches, if I offered to help you build your content strategy for the next 30 days, you won't ever have to think about what to post online. You just go to your desk and you know exactly what to do. You could put different offers online, different angles. Some are going to resonate, some aren't going to resonate. But you want to call out your audience. Is it what they want after all? And if it's not, we move on. We say, okay, that didn't work, so I'm going to try a different angle. So this is why it's really important to know your niche. It's really important to know from the start what makes your niche tick, what are their problems, what keeps them up at night, you know, why are they losing sleep? It's almost like you're following them around with the camera around their house, and you know them better than they know themselves. So by doing these sort of offers, you find out what they want. If you get a great response, you know it's worked, and that's, you tick the box. So what I just wanted to come on today to show you that over the next few weeks, whatever stage you're at, we're going to start putting out some power offers in certain places, rather than just putting content that we're hoping is going to work and people are going to comment on. And it's not the amount of engagement sometimes we get, because some people get loads of engagement, but the person not actually said very much. Do you know what I mean? They've not really made an offer or anything. It's not really going anywhere. And that's all I just wanted to cover for 15 minutes, because I am doing a workshop next week where I'm going to be going into way more detail on content that we can create on emails and posts, because the next thing we need to do is start creating content that goes out online in different ways. Okay, does that help? Is there any questions on that? Oh yeah, well, sorry, I'll let you do questions, but I have got some examples as well. Is that clear, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention this guy to you. I think it's Chris that knows this.